365. We party with Sharika, yo, she keeping it live. We got the people on the couch, need to get up on your feet. Do I have your attention? It's the 6th day of the week.
Friday night live, 365. Made it through the week, now it's time to unwind. I got my girl Sharika, and she's telling the truth. Are you paying attention? Or she's talking to you?
Party people, listen up, we got the guests and the experts. Great conversation every Friday for the record. 7 p.m. Tell your people and your friends. Here we go, start the show, let the combo begin.
Friday night live, 365. Made it through the week, now it's time to unwind. I got my girl Sharika, and she's telling the truth. So get ready, cause she's talking to you.
10, 9, 8, quiet on the set radio. 765, camera rolling, ayo, start the show. 4, 3, 2, 1.
365.
Let's go!
Hello, welcome to another Friday Night Live with me, Sharika Abercrombie, your host. And I have a very special guest that I know y'all will be very excited about this evening. Her name is Lakeshia Rorie. And most of y'all know her because, honey, if y'all from Charlotte, y'all know her because she represents for the city. We're going to go ahead and welcome her into the studio.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Put your camera down. We only see half your face.
Oh, wait a minute. There we go.
There we go. You know, everybody's ready to see the glam, honey. Hey, y'all know she was gonna serve the people with gladness.
Oh, yeah, of course.
No, absolutely. So, for those that don't know, y'all, hey, I'm from Charlotte. This is literally my cousin. So, for the ones that don't know you, tell the people about yourself, who you are.
Okay, good evening, Friday Night Live. My name is Lakeshia Rorie. I am a cosmetologist by trade of 29 years here in Charlotte and I would say metropolitan areas. I'm sort of kind of international, but I'll take Charlotte as a home team.
Hey, I'm international, baby. Yeah, she's home in Charlotte, but she definitely worldwide, baby, because honey, she be taking flights everywhere. So,
Definitely.
what all do you do? Because you are international. You do have a lot of stuff going on for you, even though I know you've been doing hair for 29 years, but that ain't it. That ain't all to you. Oh, hey, y'all. We don't know. We'll be back. We back. You on mute. Hold on. They muted you.
You with me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Got you.
Okay.
I am an entrepreneur by trade. I like I said, I've been a hairstylist for 29 years. I also am a secret shopper. I have several celebrity stylists that I secretly shop for and dress them. I also have just birthed a new baby, which is more so a branch of what I'm already doing. I'll mention that towards the end once we kind of close out everything else. But if I can kind of put it in the guru aspect, kind of like a jack of all trades. So when people ask me actually, what do I do? After 29 years of entrepreneurship, it's almost like whatever it takes.
Ooh.
I mean, so I don't really put myself in a box. I don't really have boundaries. It's just whatever there's a need. I'm pretty much either qualified or certified to do it.
Come on, qualified or certified. But
Hmm.
I do agree. After 29 years of being an entrepreneur and being consistent in business for 29 years, let me say bravo, because that takes hard work. Because, baby, I only been doing it for like 7. And Lord, woo!
Well,
It is
welcome.
not for the faint heart
Right. This is not for the weak. This is not for
at
the weak.
all. So, when how did you even get into doing hair? Like, what motivated that particular passion?
I believe when it comes down to motivation, um, with things of substance like hair, I believe personally it has to be something that's in you, not on you. I came from a big family, so it's five of us. I have five. I make a total of five girls in my family. So it's kind
Mhm.
of like almost being the oldest sibling. It kind of fall amongst the lines of almost it's necessary.
Yeah.
So I only didn't pick up the trade. I gained a passion from childhood. So it's something I've always did. I came out of high school, went to college. Wasn't really quite my niche. I excelled in business management, but I needed the in the field. In the field. So I was the risk taker. The risk taker. More so the black sheep of the family. It was either medical, military, or college. Me, I chose entrepreneurship. At that time, back in '94, um, it wasn't essential.
Right.
It wasn't an essential job, and it took all these years and for the pandemic to happen for us to actually be capitalized on who we are. So I
Right.
stand plan footed on entrepreneurship.
Nah, that's dope. Cause you're
Yeah,
right. Back
yeah,
then, being an entrepreneur, what I don't even think I heard that word back then. For it to even be a term, we use it now as a term of endearment. Yeah, I'm an entrepreneur, but back then that definitely wasn't a thing. And especially you been in the game for 29 years, you're kind of considered a serial entrepreneur. Like that definitely wasn't heard of. That was like, oh no, she ain't got no job and she going from job to
right.
job and she don't know what she doing. But now it's more of a term of endearment because no, I get to be what I want to be. I get to develop my passion and I get to go on the journey that it allows me to go. Not only has it taken you on a journey, my God, listen, y'all, she got celebrity class
Okay.
and have since I was younger because we used to sit in her shop. Me, her, my best friend is actually her sister. So we used to sit in her shop all day and get
Yeah.
because we had to get our hair done. We had to be pretty, right? So we used to sit in her shop all day. And we used to see all the little celebrities going in and out. I was like, yeah, baby, yeah, baby. So no, when she say celebrity clients, honey, I know that clientele have grew and grew since the list of us going back then. So, how do you navigate doing multiple things at one time? Like how are you at, how is that transition from oh I'm doing this, but I still got my hands in this, and then I want to venture off and do this because I find myself I do that now, and I'd be like, okay, I think I might be doing it wrong. So yeah, give me some key pointers.
So I say multiple streams
Yeah,
in in the element that we're living in right now. Multiple multiple streams is a necessity.
right.
It's a necessity. You're gonna hear me mention the pandemic throughout the segment because it was the best thing that ever happened to me.
Right.
For some people, it caused traumas. For some people, it caused grief. For some people, um, very different, you know. But for entrepreneurs like myself, it gave me time to better strategize. It took me back to the drawing board. Everything in life takes balance.
Yeah.
You have to have a balance, you have to have strategy, and you have to have a plan. Those three things. Those three things are what really, and being an entrepreneur, this is just a key nugget. Being an entrepreneur, especially I started off when I was 18, 19, technically, license. Okay, as soon as I came out of high school, I got it done. Then you begin to develop lifestyle. You begin to develop because your maturity level changes.
Right.
Your maturity level changes. Your monetary because it costs it costs. Business take money.
Yeah.
So being an entrepreneur, if you're not balanced or do not have a business strategy, you'll spend it as fast as you get it. So I had to learn the balance in what my budget was, what my cost of living was, what my outgoing debt ratio was, and what my incoming. So once you learn that early in the strategy, everything else is like smooth sailing. Smooth sailing. It's like in 2000, I put myself on payroll. I put myself as an entrepreneur on payroll and
Yeah.
I never look back. And when I say I put myself on payroll, I technically mean off of every service, every client, every business venture. I paid myself. I
Right.
paid myself and I put it in a savings, which I'll get into money market account and these different bank institutions that I set up. I made provision to where this is what it's going to cost me to live. And of course, Miss Lakeisha does have a very expensive taste. Um,
Yes, she do, y'all.
have very expensive taste. So if you follow most of the lines of this, I say get with the right
Yeah.
people, like-minded people, people who are not going to be a dream killer, people who are going to push you to strive no matter what the monetary looks like, because the monetary is just the back end.
Yeah.
So when I hear you say we sat in the shop for hours, at that moment, I didn't know I was planting a seed.
Yeah.
I was planting a seed then. I had no idea because
Yeah.
you guys coming up under me, I'm just looking like, oh, the big sister, the big cousin. But in actuality, I was giving y'all vision
Facts.
to show you that you can be a business owner, you can be a wife, you can be a mother, you can be a
Yeah.
student, you can do all of these things under one big umbrella and still fit the need for your individual and for your business. It's all
Right.
about it's about balance.
See, I didn't learn the balance part. I just learned the working all the time part. That's the part I picked up.
It comes with experience. It comes with experience. It comes with
Woo!
a different level of maturity.
Right.
Like
I'm trying to learn balance now. Like I think this year has really taught me, and what happened like last week really taught me, or this week to my family really taught me, like, no, girl, you got to find a real true balance for real because life is over just like that. We think we got all the time in the world, and we really don't. And what you do with that time does matter. You
absolutely
know, I don't know. It's just that the goal, even not only just you, but our aunts, our moms, we saw them work long hours, long time. You had certain amount of time with your kids, but it was like, hey, right before you go to bed, I'm gonna make sure you eat. I'm gonna cook dinner. I'm gonna make sure you eat, and it's kind of just over. But I got to see you in multiple. You're right. I got to see you in multiple different ways. I got to see you still be go out and have fun. I also see you be a mom, like really be there cooking and making sure that the clothes look good on Sunday because
absolutely
honey and hair spent up. Like, and then I also still saw you go to work. So I did see you in different lights and categories that I don't really necessarily thought I remember seeing other younger people in because
right.
they wasn't able to do that. Because by the time they got on work, it was really go home and that's all I got for you. I'm
Absolutely.
going home and cooking may or may not be an option. And
You know what?
you gonna eat something,
A lot of
but
the
it ain't
a lot of what people see when they see me, the moral of the story is home of origin.
yeah,
Your home of origin. What is your root look like? You understand what I'm saying? When I say that, I mean everybody's situation doesn't look the same. I came
right.
from a two-parent household. I came from, you know what I'm saying, structure. I came from versus I've rubbed elbows and meshed with people that did not. So
Right.
what appeared to be one thing, in actuality, it was something else. My home of origin was just different. So
Right.
I picked up and chose what worked for me, which is a lot of entrepreneurs they do that because when you become a business owner, when you become that outside of household, you wear
Facts.
multiple hats. So what I had to learn
Woo.
later on, not when my children were smaller. I am a mother of three daughters. Um, so when they were smaller, choices I made then, I don't make them now because my life has changed.
Right.
Entrepreneurship doesn't look the same. My kids were shop babies versus now, had I been thinking 10, 15 years on down the line, I'd have opened a salon that had a daycare that provided services, provided things that my children lacked because of my immaturity in my business strategy. So I believe business
Well, I ain't
strategy,
gonna say that because we had fun at the shop.
yeah, it's fun.
I mean, it was fun.
It was
Honey, we
fun
got
for y'all
everybody's
because
business. We played.
you played, you ate,
We
you
ate
worked.
good. We waited on all the people that was coming to sell something because we knew we was gonna get something.
That's so true.
I don't know if I think we really did think the shop even for kids was just like, I mean, I know now that it's like off limits, don't bring your kids in here.
Mm,
But when we was growing up, the shop was fun.
right, right. And
So even though they shop babies, honey, we
I
had
have
fun.
people right now to this day ask me, are those the same, these the same little you watch grow up, the same little girls that you watch run around the shop? Yeah, these now they're entrepreneurs. Now
Right.
they're successful. Now they're in medical field. So when I see y'all, it's almost like an offspring of me.
Yeah.
I see so much success. I see so much, and because I've narrated, not necessarily away from the beauty field, just
Yeah.
the hair industry within itself, I've stepped into a different, more on the healthy side of services to provide, which is I'm gonna birth some things within the next 30 days. Within the next 30, I'm excited. Um, I wanted to share it tonight. I said I'll wait, but I got some very good things coming. Like I said, I offer business strategy.
Yeah.
I also do book club, which is something that we have is once a month, and so me and several other women we get together and we're kind of almost like a support group. We're
So
like a
how do the people get into the book club? Do they have to
they have
how
to
how they
know.
get how is it they get initiated?
So the book club is a members only. And
Okay.
I hate it like that because it's a very intimate setting, very, very intimate, very personal. So when you talk about personal experiences and things that are challenging, and I find it, the book club you have to be invited.
Yeah.
You can't just join. You can't just. It's only six of us now. You know what I'm saying? And we're a close knit form. So in order for you to get in, it's almost like it's no
You
application.
cannot. It's her tribe.
You cannot. But we're growing. We're growing. And the reason why I have it this small right now is because people going through experiencing some real life stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Real life stuff. So you have to know your personnel. You have to
And
know.
you do.
I've been in situations where I thought certain situations were safe places.
Yeah.
Not that they wasn't. Everybody maturity level wasn't at the same place at the same time. So
Right.
things begin to ooze, and I never want nobody to feel like something that they share in confidence. You know what I'm saying? I want it to be a safe place. We read together, we pray together. We're almost like accountability partners to each other.
No, that's exactly what you are. I'm holding you accountable to who you say you want to be. And
Absolutely.
I teach that often, like, no, accountability and having a tribe is necessary for success. A lot of people like they want to say, oh, I'm self-made, I'm this, I'm that, and okay, well, I'm pretty sure it took your mama and your daddy to get him to make you. So you didn't make yourself. And if you try to live this life and this journey alone, it's gonna be hard for you. So finding your tribe and being around like-minded people that can push you forward
Absolutely.
to success, just it ends up in your lap because of the pushing. Like that's your, I call it my birthing team.
That's
And
right.
all people in my birthing team, when I'm birthing out certain stuff, the team may look different.
That's right.
Like I might, because I it depends on what your gift is. I know what I need to birth out this baby.
Yes.
So sometimes it be a shift, and you be like, "Hold up, I thought that was your birthing team. No, that was the birthing team on that project.
Well,
On this one,
that's right.
I got a different level of skill. A different level of skill is needed." So no, I really, really understand keeping it small, keeping it like tight niche, and having that tribe. That is a key to success that a lot of people miss out on because they got the mentality I can do it by myself.
That's right. Oh, it still take a village.
It take a village. Us adults need that village.
If anybody follow me on social media, if we ever have like talked personally before the conversation end, you can best believe my biggest takeaway is it still take a village. It still takes a village. I do not believe that you can operate in a single dynamics, not in the way the world is going now. I just don't believe that. I believe it still takes a village. I believe it still takes that like you said, that season of whoever that is right now. Because like you said, it might not be them next season.
Yeah.
It might be something else. Like right now, I'm in a season where things are flourishing that I didn't even ask for. I didn't. I visioned it. I see. I see because I couldn't quite remember why I was waking up at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning for years and years and having these things and why I have these notebooks full of all of these great ideas, but didn't have the time, didn't have the monetary. That is not the case right now. That is not
Ooh.
the case. That's not the case. I have a very strong personnel. Like I said, it's about 6 of us. I got a new venture going on. My baby sister in Christ, Jessica Ellis, she seen the vision. We came together. So she invited me in to host, a very, very big event that's coming up October the 8th. She's bringing the Legion of Glam tour here. So we would love you guys to come out. It's going to be one of the biggest networking events in North Carolina. I promise you this year. I'm not, let me see, because North Carolina capitalized. Let me
Yeah.
say, on the East Coast,
On this side.
this will be the biggest
Yeah.
networking event. Okay. So if you think you somebody or have a business or you just want to come out and fellowship with like-minded people who are going places, who are doing things, a positive vibe, this is definitely the event for you. I would love to meet everyone personally. Um, at that moment, I'll be sharing some things. Like I said, it's some things I want to release tonight that I can't. But be there, and I guarantee you, you definitely will be blessed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you don't want to miss out on the cut party.
Oh yeah, the cup party is going down, and not to mention it's and the reason why it's so imperative to me
Yeah.
because I've competed all over the world. I've been in Bronner Brothers. I've platform artists. I've educated. I've sold so much to where it's almost as if the soil is being tilted. It's
Ooh.
almost like what I thought was dead, what I
Yeah.
thought it was dead for that moment. I had to go back to the drawing table, revamp, re-understand,
Yeah.
redirect personnel. It's going down.
And sometimes it's like that.
You would never get what you would get for $35 nowhere for the kind of show that we're gonna put on October the 8th. So I'm looking
Well,
for
y'all definitely want to
all
be in
of
the
my people.
building.
I want you there.
You definitely want to be in the building, entrepreneurs.
Yes.
Definitely. And
Yes.
I do agree. Sometimes when you think, just going back to what you said about vision being dead, and you was like, it's just the soil is just right. Sometimes we go through those Lazarus experiences, and we be like, oh, well, I mean, I guess God gave me the vision, but it seems like it has the appearance that gift or that talent or that vision is dead. And the Nick God says, "Hey, rise up," and you
That
be like,
season. It just may not be that season. So I say that to say, even things that I dreamt 10,
"Yeah,
15, 20 years ago are just being released. So it wasn't the weight of the world, it
yeah."
was the weight
It
on
was
God,
literally the weight.
the weight on God to say, okay, now
Yeah.
there are things that people never ever even knew about me. Like nobody knew my name was Lakeshia.
I mean,
Nobody.
I
No,
did.
my grandma, of course you did. You're my family, but nobody knew that. So there are a lot of things about me that people did not know that are just now oozing out because it wasn't the season. It wasn't the season.
Oh yeah, well she's multi-talented, multifaceted, and honey, jack of all trades. And honey, don't let the beauty fool you because there's some depth to it. It go deep, honey, and she done been through some things. So if
I,
you just stop and talk to her for a minute, honey, she can get you out of from one season to the next real
absolutely.
quick, real fast.
Absolutely.
Cause she done been through some things. And sometimes a lot of us, especially us younger ones, we're like, oh, well, they ain't been through nothing. Honey, this one of them seasoned saints.
Spin the block a couple of times. I've endured so much wisdom, so
Yeah,
much experience. And I will say this, for some people it's almost like a aha. So I piggyback off that to say it was funny then, but it's even funnier now because knowing that I can overcome it,
yeah,
any obstacle almost, I'll do it again. If it's to save people like you, other
yeah.
women, other children. I mean, because believe it or not, I believe the assignment was mine.
Woo!
I believe it because it's no way, because things that I've experienced, people would have killed themselves. They wouldn't even be able to understand or fathom what, you know, it's
Yeah,
almost God really, but I never questioned him.
yeah,
I never said, why me? And I'm just now realizing that because I'm like, because when you in it, you don't realize nothing. Nothing comes
right.
to mind. All you feel is the endurance and the pain of it.
Yeah,
But when you overcome it, is where the relief comes because it's almost like, wait a minute, I can go through that. So then when Sarah come along, or Miss Tanya come along, or TT, because TT might be about 10, but
yeah.
if you ever had any kind of trauma, I'm not going to be specific. Miss Keisha probably didn't experience it. So
Right.
if to go through that to be right here, because I definitely don't look nothing like what I've been through.
Facts. That's why I be telling you, don't let the beauty fool you, cause
And
baby, she done been through some things.
there's a series coming behind who Nikki was and who Lakeisha is.
Right.
Big difference. Big difference.
Okay, so since she said Nikki is what we grew up with. That's her nickname.
My Nikki.
But she goes by Lakeisha because that's her real name. That's her. She done had her Damascus Road, and she like, nah, I'm ready for a change.
Because you know what? Grandma actually, she wanted my mom to name Nikki,
Yeah.
and she didn't. So she called me Nikki anyway, and so it stuck. So Nikki
Oh,
actually was created by character. She was created by character. I mean, and because I grew that personality, I had to live up to who she was. But when I wrote the obituary,
yeah.
when I say that, and I use that as an analogy because during one of my seasons of therapy and sitting on the couch, that was one of my assignments. So I challenge other groups that I speak to. When you say you're ready for change or you want something different, so write the obituary on the old you.
Whew.
Write the obituary because
Man.
you're only what people fixate you are, you can stand on exactly, because nobody never knew that. I'm just
Right.
not saying it. Nobody, I mean, if you try to go and tell somebody, oh, I know Lakeshia Rorie, and they'll say, is she some kin to Nick and them?
Right.
Like I've
Like,
had
no,
people
that is the same person.
I've had people inbox me, message me, hey, have you seen Nikki Rorie? Like, da da da. And I'm like, this me. And they like, I thought this was you. Yeah, it is. You just never knew me.
Right.
You just never knew me. So you grasped onto the character of who I
Yeah.
became. But once I no longer answered to that, because there were some things that were attached to Nikki that would literally destroy Lakeisha. So I
Right.
had to make up in my mind, what do I want people to see me as? Do I want to be this go getter, sassy, unpleasant, unreceivable? Do I want to be that, or do I want to be this humble person that I really am? See, a lot of times my substance come with an emotion that's unmatched. If you got thin skin, you probably won't really mesh with me. And again, all of this is a product of home of origin, where you come from.
Right.
What were you taught?
And it does make a difference.
What does success look like for you? So
Yeah.
so everybody answer not gonna be the same. It's
Right.
not, I just know I can speak on me, just like you can speak on Sharika.
Right.
Like, yeah,
And home origin does matter. And I do
oh,
agree.
it does matter.
Because sometimes you gotta write the obituary so you can get rid of some stuff that you got at the home origin because it no longer serves you in your today's life.
And let me and I'm and the obituary is so prominent right now. You know why? Because anytime challenging acts come, I pull it out. I pull it out, and I have to remind myself these are things that
I'm not that.
I have to do this for me because she'll ooze out.
Yeah.
She'll ooze out, and that's not what I want to identify myself as. I am Lakeisha Nikita Rorie.
Right.
Okay.
And I have been reborn. And I tell people that often about the grieving process, especially when you're going and you're transforming and you're renewing your mind.
Hmm.
You have to grieve your old self.
Yes,
I
you.
never really just think about writing an obituary and kind of like, no, like these are the things that I want to die. But I was like, no, you have to grieve because sometimes you be trying to be like, okay, well, I want to be this person, but I'm still trying to hold on to this, but I really want to let that go. And so you have this tug of war because you haven't properly grieved who you was so
That's
you
right.
can accept the new that you're becoming. In order to do that, it take a dying process.
It be-
And so
because,
when the
because
Bible be like, die daily, you be like, huh? You better.
that's right. Because what happens is it becomes a power struggle.
Yeah.
So now you're like, do I still act like this, or maybe she need to peep out every now and then? Nah. All
Because
right.
I feel like now I have too much at stake to let her peep out. I got too much to lose to let
That's
her peep out.
way too much.
I have too much legacy on the line. And my legacy can't be tainted by who I was back then that I decided to let go. Like I can't let it be. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take a brief commercial and we're gonna come back and we're gonna dig into some more with Lakeshia Rorie. Thank you so much, and we'll be right back. Hello, everyone. I am so excited. Guess why? I am officially an author. I wrote a book. Yes, I did. And I want you all to go out and support. The pre-sale is available. Yes, y'all know I'm all full of color. So the book is also full of color as well. It gives you everything you need to know about money, budgeting, and guess what? Your credit, because you know I am the credit queen. So I want you to have all of that jam packed into this beautiful book. It's easy to read. The letters are big. Even my grandma liked it, okay? And you know Granny liked everything that I do, but she especially liked it this because she didn't even have to go get a magnified to read that little old word. So go out and get your book today. I want to thank you so much for all your support. See you later.
Friday Night Live 365.
Thank y'all so much. And we are back with Lakeshia Rorie. And we were just basically before the show, if y'all had just not tuned in, she is a hairstylist of 29 years. And we were actually talking about how you can die or grieve or, give your old self a benediction so you can revoke the new you, who you want to show up as in the world today. So going into that, she was letting us know like she wrote an obituary just to say because we knew her, she grew up as Nikki, but that was like her character. So in order for that to die and for her to rebirth who she actually is and who she wants to be and who she wants to show up as, her old self had to die. And she was telling us how she reminds herself, like, hey girl, you left her back there and we got too much legacy and stake to be going back there. So we're gonna pick right up right there. Cause that was good. That was woo! That was like burr. Yes, that was good. So yeah, I hope y'all is at home writing an obituary for those characteristics that y'all no longer like and no longer serve you. So you can show up as your best self. And how did that process, like how long of a process? I know everybody's process is different, but how long of a process, or even what did it take for you to know, okay, no, I've been playing something that I don't want to be? Like, what was that mindset, or what was that pivotal moment?
It's so much to choose from.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say from a standpoint of figuring out which direction benefited me and not the people around me.
Woo!
And I say that because I spent a duration of my life um, trying to appease the circumference of my comfort zone, not really doing. I'm not gonna say I wasn't doing what I wanted to do, but I was always big about satisfying my circle,
Yeah.
but never putting myself first. So it was at that moment when I realized through trauma, through experience, life happening, because it does. You
Yeah.
can go from. Let me just back up for a second because I say that humbly because prior to life happening, I never knew what uh, struggle looked like. I
Yeah.
never knew what hardship looked like. Um, so it was at that moment when I was in this season of humility,
Yeah.
and God was saying to me, "You haven't been through anything. Yeah, you didn't been hurt, but I graced you for every decision you made. It didn't kill you. So either you take what I've allowed you to go through, because it can only happen if it's His will."
Right.
And it was at that moment, believe it or not, I was in intercessory prayer one Saturday, and I was just crying out to God, asking Him like, what happened? I thought I was your girl, and you know what He said to me, Lakeisha, are you ready for my will for your life? And it kind of shook me a little bit, but in that
Man.
moment, in that, I said yes.
Yeah.
And it was in that release and in that break is when it seemed like everything in the world began to crumble for me. Everything in the world. When I said yes, I'm sold out to this. Yes, Lord, whatever you have for me, it was
Yeah.
in that. It was in that is what gave me my freedom of trauma, my freedom of unanswered questions, my free. So I made an individual choice to choose.
Yeah.
I chose me. That's where the dynamics changed. That's literally where the dynamics changed because prior to that, it never was about me. Never. And being around me all your life, you don't have to be nothing to get nothing from me. I
Right.
don't need no big eyes, no big T's, no, none of that. If I genuinely love you, you just
You
get
can
that.
get it.
You get that. So I had
Yeah.
to learn how to move off of my discernment and not my emotions. So it was that right there that where I began to protect myself. So I
Right.
say to people like, you gotta love you first. And at some point, a lot of people think they do. Let life happen. Let somebody you thought loved you decide one day, nah, I liked you when you was like that, but I don't like you when you're like this. And then you have to diverse through the transition and trying to figure out, well, am I not good enough? When you trying to figure out something you already know factually,
Yeah.
you on your way.
Right.
You're on your way. You're on your way. It was in that to where you say, mm, well, I don't really care what TT and them doing right now. Let
Yeah.
me see for once if they care about what I'm doing. It's in your truth and your transparency is where you get your
Yeah.
new. It's where you get your new, whether it's new business, whether it's new spouse, new house, new whatever. You if you don't choose you, you're gonna lose every time.
Facts.
Every time. I've never not gambled on myself and lost. You know why? I might not know them, but I know me.
Right.
You got to know your potential and you got to know your level. You got to know some people don't really gear towards everybody else lifestyle because their lifestyle don't work for them. What work for
Yeah.
me work for you. You know what I'm saying? So you have to know your niche. You have to know it can't be on you. It got to be in you.
Ooh.
Like
Y'all,
for
y'all heard that. Know
yeah,
your niche, and it can't be on you. It got to be in you. So when
and
you trying to hone down on what you're trying to do with your life, or figure that thing out, it got to be something that's down on the inside that stirs up, and then you bring it up to come out and come forth. Because if it's not that, it's not going to be anything that's going to stick, or it's not going to be anything that you're going to be able to stick and stay with. So you
mm-mm.
definitely want something that's on the inside. Let them multiple streams flow, because honey, it's down there. And
I'm
God birthed
work.
us with vision. When we came here, we already had the visions that He had already set forth, the plans and all of that. And it's just waiting to bubble out. So she right, it gotta be in you.
Things I envisioned 20 years ago are just now happening.
Right.
Just now happening. So it wasn't it's not or it can't happen.
Yeah.
You just gotta know. You just gotta know when the time is right. Some people
Right.
some people birth things out of season prematurely.
And premature they die.
Okay.
I'm
So
just saying,
a lot of these things, like I said, I never envisioned not having it. I just didn't know when.
right. You hear that? She ain't never envisioned not having it. She just
I,
didn't know when. Woo! That's mic drop. Like if I had a mic, I would have been dropping it all night.
yeah, that's
Boom.
full transparency. Full transparency.
No, and that's what the people need, because people think, hey, coming into business is just about business, but it's more about emotional, it's more about mindset, it's more about elevating that mental capacity to even hold the vision that God gave you. So most times they say, oh, 20 years, oh, that took a long time. No, because he has to birth some maturity in you and grow you up some levels to even hold, to build the capacity to hold what he gonna give you, because what he don't want to give you is something and you birth it prematurely and you lose it,
I
because
believe
it's the vision I have for you, not the vision that we have for ourselves. Sometimes the vision we got for ourselves, honey, it ain't 2020, it ain't in 100. What?
just to piggyback off what you said, it's that's so true.
Yeah.
That's so true, so true. Many times I got into things and I was like, oh, why this didn't work? But I'm like, I ain't. That's not what you. That's not what you wanted to do. At that
Right.
moment, you were looking for outlets. You were looking for different avenues, but focus on what I gave you.
Facts.
Focus on what I gave you. If you focus on what you know you can do
Yeah.
versus having naysayers and dream killers around you to make it, because nobody gonna see your vision like you.
Yeah.
Nobody's. My vision ain't cost me a dime. You know why? Because I had that supernatural faith to where all the dominoes start falling. They start falling on their own without me having to do it, without me having to put too much strain. Because, like I said, you can do what you know.
Yeah.
I can get up and talk business second nature. It's like
Yeah.
almost my second, you know what I'm saying, my second love language. And that's only because I want to make sure that everybody around me is very clear. You're looking at a miracle.
Yeah.
So no, I'm not sensitive to no stories. No, I'm not sensitive to um if it's a pity party, don't invite me. You probably won't like me after that because
You
if
sure
I
won't, because I'm gonna tell you a few things.
can endure life and still balance,
Yeah.
yeah, because you go from having it all to having it nothing.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about not just, oh well, they nah, I'm talking about instantly,
Yeah.
overnight, life changing decisions.
Yeah.
It come with
It'd be
balance.
enough to sit you down.
Yeah, it come with balance. And if you don't have it, if you don't
Yeah.
have a strong support team, if you don't have the right personnel, you will fail.
You will.
You
And especially if you don't have the right team around you, you have to have people that
constantly.
have that understanding of they're not going to clearly get your vision because it's yours. But if you can write it down and make it clear enough to where they like, okay, girl, how I jump in? Because most times when people think, how do I support? They can't see the vision, so they don't know where to jump in. And because you don't understand it enough to tell them where to jump in, they don't. And then you be like, wait, but you ain't supporting me. Wait a minute.
Right,
And
right.
they're like, well, I mean, I would, but I don't even know
They,
what you
they
want me
may
to do.
just not know how. You
Yeah,
know, listen, I've been an entrepreneur all of these years. I've done numerous of things. And people like I've never, they're like, oh well, I really don't do that. Well, it's a lot of things I didn't do. There's
yeah,
a lot of things I didn't do, a lot of things I were unfamiliar with. It was unfamiliar ground, unfamiliar territory, unfamiliar area. But
yeah,
because I believed in you, your vision, what you, I still supported it.
yeah. I'm
Still
gonna jump
support.
in.
So
I'm gonna figure it out with you while
we'll
I'm in it.
figure it out.
But a
Yeah.
lot of people be like, "No, I'm gonna figure it out back here, and I'm not gonna do it." So if you see your friend doing something, I don't care if it's something positive and it's gonna move the thing for whatever it is. Jump in.
Let me
The
tell you,
pool is warm because most time it's hard, especially if you didn't see it. If you didn't see it growing up, it's hard to birth a vision when you didn't see it. That's
let,
just like when you had your first kid, you be like, whoa, everything is like, oh, well, I shouldn't do that. And you second get by the time you had that second baby, it's like, oh, child, I know what to do. Woo, woo, woo. So most time when you see them
second nature.
birthing their baby, it's because they don't know enough to tell you how to even help because it's new to them. So just because it's new to them and it's new to you, get in there, try to figure it out. And help, hey, I'm gonna hold up your leg, or I see you doing this. Okay, I see that we can maybe put some repetition in there, or I can see this, or maybe because we done did this 2 and 3 times. Okay, now I can kind of see this, or let me take this off your plate because I've done this and I at least know this part. So sometimes it's just getting in there and helping your people out with your vision. That's why having a tribe, which I call them the birthing room, is so important.
Yes,
To girl, hold them legs back, coach me,
that's
say,
right.
girl, you can do
So,
it, and they can feel your spirit and they take your spirit with them. And that when you carry, that's why the tribe is important because when they carry your spirit with them, just the when you pick up the phone and your voice is different, they be like, hold up,
what's
what's
right?
going on?
That's
Let's
right.
pray about it. Let's talk about it.
That's
Let's get to the root cause.
that's great personnel. Great
Yeah,
friendship.
yeah. But most time in business, most people like, oh yeah, I ain't trying to do that. No, I need you in life and business. Because if we can't do life together, we definitely can't do business together. But if we can do business and life,
That's true.
and you
Ashley,
might not be able to do all of my life. You might be able to only do this season, but that's okay too.
that's right. That's right. And you know what, Ashley? I don't know you personally, but I'm when I tell you, I'm feeling the energy. I'm
Yeah.
feeling I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. And you know what? Whatever it is, whatever it is, that little unction, that you feeling, push it. Push. Push. Keep pushing. I'm telling you. If you don't believe in yourself, nobody will. People ask me all the time, okay, so you think you a big deal? Yes, I do.
And do.
Yes, I do. Absolutely, I do. And you should think the same about you.
Yeah.
Okay? So yeah,
Because we all can be a big deal.
that's right. That's right. But that should be everybody's takeaway.
Yeah.
You can't operate at your full potential if you're not really quite sure of what you're dealing with.
Yeah.
I don't have to question me. I know me, which
Yeah.
is one, which is one of the reasons why I'm the way that I am. It's not right now. It's personal for me.
Yeah.
This is personal for me because I owe it to myself. I've given I've given me so much to and stretch myself out and thin myself out. Friendships, relationships, situationships, whatever you want to call it, whatever your attachment was to me, whatever. When you begin to pour from an empty cup, and because it's empty, you don't realize it's really bone dry and thirsty, or there's a need,
Yeah.
and these same people that you didn't pour. And so, yeah,
Yeah.
I
And
love
then
you
it,
just in a different season.
and the only thing is, you poured and sold, and you didn't realize at the bottom of that cup it was open, so they didn't retain nothing you poured and sold into.
Nothing. Nothing.
And nothing. It went in, it went out,
Yeah.
and it was wasted.
I'm grace saved. That's how I cap it up.
Yeah.
Grace saved. I mean, there's no way around it. I have an accountability.
Yeah.
I have an accountability not to nothing in specifics, just life itself.
Yeah.
I move on purpose. I move on purpose. No plan, no, oh well, nah. Because God will remind you, he'll say, yeah, you remember that?
Yes, he will. He'll pull your coattail.
You remember that?
Yeah.
You got to be real with yourself. If you can't be real with you, you on borrowed time.
If you cannot be real with you, if you can't tell yourself the truth,
If you can't be real with yourself, because nobody knows
listen.
but you. It was decisions I had to make based off of nobody was there. But
Yeah.
God said, okay. He said, well, yeah. What else you need from me? You don't need me right now. I've graced you with enough wisdom and experience.
That right there.
Yeah. Stop acting
That
like
right
stop,
there. That
stop
piece.
winking at that stuff. That stuff that you know is not it does you no substance. Quit winking at that.
Yeah.
Quit winking at that stuff that you know is not an alignment of your purpose. I'm living literally right now with purpose. If you don't have a purpose, you're probably not around me.
Facts.
I don't care who it is, family,
Me
friends,
either.
that go for everybody. Like that's my rule right now. If we don't have
And that's
purpose,
a good rule.
yeah, we don't have purpose. That means that also tells me there's no vision. So how are
And
we
we
gonna?
already living on, because life can be here today, and like I just snapped, it could be gone tomorrow.
Yeah,
So what you doing with that time? Time is like money.
that is.
It's currency. Time is a currency, and you have to take each of those minutes, seconds, hours, and say, okay, what am I going to do with this time that I've been given? Am I gonna waste it? Just imagine if you had $1 million. Would you sit there every day and just waste it on nothing?
Let me just say,
Your time is the same.
let me just
Yeah.
say, the people, it's not a bunch of money.
No, it's not.
Okay, live a little bit, experience a little bit. That's why people are like, oh, I can't wait till I get my meal. Well, I'm waiting on my next.
Right.
Okay, because I'm sure I blew it numerous
Oh,
times.
I know I have.
But you know,
Oh,
this
I blew
back
through a
off
couple
what
meals.
I said, this
Let's
goes
be
back
clear.
to experience and wisdom. It,
Yeah.
it, it kind of aligns with both. You can't have one without the other.
Yeah.
And you'll sow into
Because you definitely can't have one without the other.
from it wasn't ordained. So you're moving off your emotions, not your discernment.
Right.
That comes with a different level of maturity. So I say that to my entrepreneurs. If there's no vision, there's no plan, there's no strategy, there's no what we doing?
Nothing.
Nothing. You just
Nothing.
you just breaking down your body, you just ripping and running. You really like now I don't move too fast. I gotta have a purpose.
Yeah.
It has to be a purpose in whatever it is I'm doing. If it's not, what am I doing?
Right.
Think I'm gonna spend the next 50 years doing the same thing?
Yeah.
No, my appetite has changed.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah, yeah.
No, that's good.
Change what's on your plate, and it'll definitely help you digest things totally different.
Right. I definitely agree. And y'all already done got the little scoop on her because she's a motivational speaker. So I know she been in there. I know she been motivating y'all because I've been looking at these comments, honey. She been motivating the people. So when y'all reach
Oh,
out to her, know that she is a motivational speaker. Honey, and y'all better be there for the cut party on October the 8th, honey.
in the building. We will have so much fun that night. Like I said, it's a
Yeah,
great opportunity if you're a business owner, salon owner, but you don't have to be a barber or stylist or anything. If you're just a business owner, entrepreneur in any kind of way, you want to come out, you want to bring a model, you want to rock your logo, you want to bring your flyers away. This is going to be a great opportunity for
yeah,
you to rub elbows with some real goats, some real gurus. I can't spoil it because there are some things that are going to happen that night that we haven't even released to the public. But if you're not there, you'll hear about it. We'll catch you next year because it's only going to grow.
big.
It's only going to grow because you know
Yeah,
what? Being an entrepreneur, being in hair battles, being in all of these different avenues, we get away from the root of it. And I wanted to, along with Jess, because this is her idea. How are we going to bring the love back into the city? How are we going to
yeah,
bring love back into the industry? How we was in the house with the pandemic hit. We had nothing but time to think,
yeah,
prepare, get ready, get. So she made a big executive business decision.
yeah.
Okay, that's my right hand right now. Okay, and when I tell you, I put on the platform. I opened the. I didn't even open the door. I cracked it because
And she
sometimes,
should have jumped it.
sometimes you don't even need. See, some people get gratification off of the pats on the back or the plugs or the.
Yeah,
I don't need that. What I need you is in position to win. That's it. That's what you get from me. Not no, I don't like being out front. I don't like being the person of recognition. I'm more so gonna make it happen.
yeah.
That's my role. So it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'm excited. I got some things I want to share with you guys. I'm like I said, I'm getting on the health side of the hairstyling. I'm gonna be coming out with my own line of things, and like I said, I just birthed a new baby. I'm gonna release that next week because I'm actually in my dealer's class. I'm graduating tonight, so my instructor was actually, hey, she was actually mm, so enthused with the fact that
She'll go get her.
she believed. Matter of fact, hold on, she believed in me.
Andy, because she'll go get her. I would tell y'all because I already know, but I can't tell y'all. I thought she was going to share it with y'all tonight. So when y'all sign up for her, but she gonna go show you something. But I'm telling y'all, phenomenal hairstylist. Don't forget, cut party, October 8th, y'all. Be there. If you want to hit up along the bottom, you can see her information, her Instagram, her Facebook, and you can
So
also see her phone number. If
listen,
y'all want to hear her up for motivational speaking, and go for it.
so vision,
Yeah.
vision, personnel. So you do you see this vision behind me?
Tell her scoop down some. Tell her duck.
No, because that's not my analogy right now.
Oh, yeah, I see her.
Vision. What do
Yeah.
you see? What do you see? What do y'all?
Um,
What do you see
a
when you see
person.
a person behind me? You see a person,
Yeah.
okay? Maybe somebody else chime. One more person chime in and tell me what they see.
She has on a shirt. I see a boss head, a trailblazer.
Listen,
I already know what it is. And
I brought this queen out here because we were
and
talking
she look
about,
like us.
yeah, she not only does she look like us, she
Yeah.
talk like us, she walk like us,
Yeah.
and the ultimate goal is personnel, which is what I've been talking about
Yeah.
this entire time. If you don't know your circle, you don't capture a vision. I brought her behind me because from the day I met her, she said, I got your back. And she's way more successful than me. Way,
Yeah.
but see, the analogy comes in. Now I'm rubbing elbows. I believe.
Yeah.
I believe. Nobody in the world would have never thought I'd have got into this next business venture that I'm gonna release to y'all next week. Nobody would have never thought it because to y'all it's out of my lane, but to me it's my element.
Right.
And she had to pull that out of me with the increment of
Yeah.
a seed to say, you can do this. Don't
Yeah.
know me, didn't know me from a can of paint. But because she seen something in me, she believed in me because she didn't have to say nothing. She
Right.
didn't have to say anything. But because of her fruit and her labor, hairstyling is not my focus. My hairstyle is being healthy. Is now my focus.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm coming. We'll see y'all
And I'm
real soon. We coming. We coming. Know this. So I brought her out here. You know what I'm saying? Just so you can get a facade of where I'm going.
yeah.
I say this to all my entrepreneurs, all of my people who thinking about, oh, I want to get away from corporate world. I want to. It's so many opportunities. It's so many people, believe it or not, because I was shot down by so many dream killers.
Yeah.
So many. That's what then took me so long. That's what took me. So I took the scenic route when you guys now, because I got her, she got me, and now we got y'all.
Right.
Okay. So we're gonna tilt the soil. We're gonna play it forward. So we're gonna see y'all in October the 8th. I'm gonna to see y'all in the building. This is Carol Hall. For those who don't know, she is the owner of NCG. We are about to take this thing on a whole nother level next week. I'll be dropping a new business. I look forward to expanding. I'm not just gonna be local. I'm gonna take this thing international. So we looking forward to it. Amazing.
And I'm excited.
I know you are. She brought a rainbow. She brought a cat. Brought a cash check. Wow. Yeah. So. I met her. You've never met her, but she believed in what I sold.
Yeah.
I have to go down there and oh.
Yeah, me.
Yes, you.
She was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Is she doing the program? Mm-hmm. Amazing. Mm-hmm. Cannot wait.
Annie, the
Yes.
one that don't mind asking, baby. It's
That's
me, the one and
right.
only. I
That
ask and it shall be given.
shall be given.
Well, I definitely thank you so much for your time. And if you could give one tip or some type of encouragement, you've been encouraging us the whole time dropping bombs, but we like to leave on an encouragement or advice. Could you give encouragement or advice to our entrepreneurs?
I will say to my entrepreneurs, stay the course. Stay the course. I would get a experienced, seasoned entrepreneur, someone who's kind of, if not in your field, somebody who has enough experience to help you understand money, understand business, not just from the money aspect, from the overall bigger picture.
Yeah.
I say rub elbows with people like me. I rub elbows with people that are doing where I want to be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're in situations that I'm like, hey, I kind of want to, you know what I'm saying? So I say rub elbows with like-minded people, people that are going to support you. I would say get a business plan. I would say exercise strategy. Um, Definitely get with a financial advisor such as yourself, somebody like me. Credit repair has never been my issue because I've never played with it.
Yeah.
Being an entrepreneur, it can go either way. I've never had to really deal with my credit. I always paid cash or was blessed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now at almost 50, I'm able to say, okay, well, these couple of medical bills ain't really that bad. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I can get around, build your team. You need a financial advisor. You need a person to say, you need a budget. You need a budget. Know your
Need a
out.
budget.
Yes, your outgoing debt ratio. Me, I strategize life off increments of 100.
Yeah.
When I say increments of 100, if I make $7,600, the $632, the $32 is what I'm gonna live off of for that weekend.
Yeah.
I live my life in increments of 100. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
at the end of the year, at the end of the sixth quarter, I go back and I say, what have I put up? What have I put up without even touching? That's where my money market account comes in, where
Yeah.
you can't touch it. You can't, unless you go in, and all of this come with discipline.
Oh.
I'm just now learning how to, not just now, but I'm
Yeah.
saying within the last 10 years, live without struggle.
Yeah.
Knowing even in hardship, even in your low, how do I balance back up out of this?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you think strategy, you can be dead broke. But if your mind thinking money and your mind thinking, what can I do within these 24 hours to
Yeah.
produce currency to provide lifestyle, live a little bit.
You can do a lot with that
Live
with
a little
24 hours
open. I
and a
like
plan.
I have workbooks. I have strategies. I'm a very big reader. I think all the time, a thinker. I hardly
Yeah.
ever sleep. Hardly ever. I don't have time. I got too much work to do.
See, I hardly sleep. I don't got time. I thought that was just me.
No, I have too much work to do. I don't. It's not enough. I really some days I be wondering, did I really sleep today at all? But
I
you are
think it's because even in our sleep, you be thinking.
you visionary. There,
Yeah, body just don't go. It don't just go.
everybody doesn't, and it's not everybody gift. That's why I said you only need three or four.
Yeah.
You can have a strong two-man team. You know what I'm saying? You just got to know your personnel. You got to know what the people in your circle benefits you. If it don't
Yeah.
benefit you, you're carrying dead weight. Deuces. I can't.
Yeah.
When I say your takeaway is know your personnel.
Know your personnel. Make sure you know your personnel. 24 hours and a plan. That's what you need. 24 hours and a plan.
Love
Okay.
Ashley's energy. I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
And y'all make sure y'all check her out. Her information is below. But if the people really want to reach you, what is your phone number?
My number is 704-475-4319. I also, you can text that line for inquiries, or you can DM me on Instagram or Facebook. Like I said, I'm always open for text address. That's one of my biggest, believe it or not, that's my quiet baby. But you will not be believed how many people reach out to me and say, hey, I'm going to a X, Y, and Z. Can you dress me? So they don't see the vision. And I'm like, well, off of personality, energy, and style. Like I'm gonna
Right.
change the whole. I give people a second look of what they think they like.
Right.
Text address is always available. The consultation is free. You can reach out to me.
Yeah.
Um, I offer you get three. You get to pick from the three choices. I secret shop. Like I said, I'm on all different social platforms at this time. My door is open. Like I said, I'm ready to birth some other things. I'm gonna drop to the world. I'm just waiting on some paperwork, and we're just gonna take off this new venture and just live a little bit.
That thing goes soar to the moon
Hmm.
and beyond, to infinity and beyond.
That's
That's
right.
what it said. Buzz Lightyear.
So
Awesome. That is good stuff. And I definitely want to thank you so much
thank
for joining us for Friday Night Live.
you for having.
And don't forget to stay tuned to next Friday. And until next time, see ya.
Good night.
Friday Night Live 365.
Let's go.